stand back here a second and get to some facts. Azhar Ali said a terrible thing.
Terrible.
Well, the Jewish media bit was
anti-Semitic thing. And that's what he's been dealt with.
Yeah.
Graham Jones, I know him really well.
Yeah.
Was an MP.
Yeah.
He is not a Corbynite.
No.
Not hard left. Absolutely not
Nor was the Rothschild candidate who's been
absolutely not anti-Israel.
Yeah.
Absolutely not anti-Israel.
Right.
In fact, if anything, on the other side of that argument, very, very deeply embedded and knowledgeable about the military.
Right.
I think what had happened was he and Azhar Ali had been told to go to a meeting to reassure the community that they were being listened to. But I don't think he was intending to send those kind of anti-Semitic messages at all. You could all imagine saying kind of expletive America, expletive France. The thing he said about the military is true. I think it was extremely unwise. But to describe him or what he said as anti-Semitic, I think is untrue.
That's why I think there might be...
Graham Jones is not an anti-Semite.
But this meeting...
Kate Osamore in Edmonton in London and Andy MacDonald in Middlesbrough have been suspended for saying things that, frankly, I didn't think they should have been suspended. I think Osamore's was very tasteless. MacDonald's, I don't think was, but anyway. But nevertheless, they've been suspended for what you would call lesser offences.
But they've been suspended for a very particular reason, which is that Keir Starmer defined his leadership as clearing up the anti-Semitism of the Jeremy Corbyn period.
And then look at
Ebbals, I'm personally calling you out. I think you are a piece of shit. That clip of you on Good Morning Britain perfectly exposes the hypocrisy when it comes to anti-Semitism based on political factions. You admitted, right, just beforehand, you said, well, Graham isn't from the left, he isn't a Corbynite, so he gets a pass. I agree with you that Graham's comments weren't anti-Semitic. They were crass, they were aggressive, but he was talking about Israel and the IDF, not the Jewish community. However, why don't you give the same benefit of the doubt when it comes to the left? Now, a couple of days ago, Kevin Maguire from The Mirror went on your show and said Kate Osamore and Andy MacDonald were suspended, and he didn't think that they said anything anti-Semitic. Now, Andy MacDonald said, from the river to the sea, Israelis and Palestinians should live in peaceful liberty. I don't know how that is in any way controversial, yet he was expelled. Kate Osamore said that Gaza, or what's happening in Palestine, is a genocide. That is objectively correct. Yet when that was put to you on Good Morning Britain, you said, well, Keir Starmer's changing the Labour Party. He's trying to root out anti-Semitism. That's fine. But now there's a charge of anti-Semitism against Graham because he's on the political right. Whoa. Let's have a nuanced discussion here. Let's actually look at what he said. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. And then you said, I don't think he's anti-Semitic. Us on the left have been screaming from the rooftops to try and get the media to understand that for the last 5 or 6 years, the political right, the right in the Labour Party and the media have been using Jewish people as political football as a way to attack the left. Now, the facts speak for themselves. The Labour Party under Jeremy Corbyn was not uniquely anti-Semitic. In fact, it harboured less anti-Semitic attitudes than any other political party. Obviously, any anti-Semitism is wrong, and that should have been dealt with. But the media had this narrative that Labour under Corbyn was this hotbed of anti-Semitism, and that was facilitated by people like you because you wanted to attack the left. There has been a long tradition in the Labour Party of attacking their own members, attacking their own supporters, attacking socialists, even though the Labour Party was set up by socialists and trade unionists by the right of the party. And this visceral hatred of the left in and out of the party has meant that people like you are willing to use Jewish people just to attack your opponents. And it is disgusting. These aren't small factional battles like it is in the Conservative Party. It is a war inside the Labour Party. And since then, we've had Keir Starmer act like an authoritarian leader, act like Stalin, clamp down on anyone who disagrees with him, anyone who is anti-Israel or has criticisms of the Israeli government, stitched up candidate selections rather than internal party democracy. And more Jewish people have been suspended or expelled in the Labour Party under Keir Starmer than any other time, because he has kicked out those on the left who are Jewish, or Jewish people who are anti-Zionists and supportive of Palestinians. That is anti-Semitic. You don't say anything about that. But I want to thank you, Ed, because you've done a better job than any of us on the left explaining how this anti-Semitic hypocrisy has come about in the Labour Party. You did a better job by accidentally explaining, by saying the quiet part out loud on Good Morning Britain, in how you view, and many people view, anti-Semitism when it comes to certain political factions. If it's the left, we don't need any discussion. Any accusation means it's true. But if it's people on the right or sympathetic to the right, well, let's be nuanced. Let's actually talk about this. It's funny that, isn't it? I think you're deplorable. I think you've helped facilitate the rise in anti-Semitism. You and anyone else on the political right, I think, is disgusting, and you are harming the Jewish community.